Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this very special edition of Grapsody right here as a part of Double or Nothing Week.
Look, I'm trying to look swole too. If that's what we're doing, if we
I
have a swole
thought
nigga on the podcast, I want to look swole too.
I thought you had an itch or something, bro. You know, I thought your back was itching.
And if you can't tell by now, we are joined by the one and only, the big homie, Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yes, future tag team champion.
Look,
You know, it's funny.
that's
Future
perfect
tag team
segue
champion. I was going to bring up.
Go ahead, Will. Yeah, go for
Yeah,
it.
I was going to bring up a stat.
Oh, he loves stats,
That's right. So,
and we
for
love.
those who don't know, we're
recording.
recording this on Thursday, May 26th. Does the number 540 have any significance to you, Powerhouse Hobbs?
No.
Well, did you know
That's
that as of this moment, it has been 540 days since the last time the team of Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks have lost?
Oh, my man. That's what I'm talking about.
That's a stat.
December 2nd was the last time you two as a team took a loss. That was to Cody and Darby the night Sting debuted. Since then, the team of Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks have not lost a match.
You know, I am going to tweet that today. It's been 540 days since Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs lost a tag team
Change all your
match together.
predictions, other podcasters.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. I'm in Vegas. I'm a betting man. Always bet on black. You know, I'm just saying.
this
That's
whole
a
moment
great
is,
stat.
This whole moment is apropos for me, actually, because I've been tweeting since you joined AEW. Everybody knows that's my big homie, Powerhouse Hobbs. You fucking know the song. Yeah, everything.
It's the opening lyric to the song.
That's my guy.
Everybody loves that song.
So from off rip, I've been tweeting, when Powerhouse Hobbs wins a AEW championship, I'm going to be in attendance, watching, enjoying the greatest moment of all time. I'm here in Las Vegas. So, Mr. Powerhouse Hobbs, am I going to be able to have the moment that I've been tweeting about for so many years at this point, this
Of
Sunday
course.
at AEW Double or Nothing?
Of course, you look at Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. No disrespect to them, they're the champions for a reason. You look at Swerve and Keith Lee. I don't know how many matches they've had together, 3, 4 in AEW, and their first loss together was against who?
I don't know if
You know, I'm just saying. And then you got Ricky Starks, who defeated Jungle Boy. Now, if I happened to get in the ring with Luchasaurus, I would defeat him. And we all know the first time Keith Lee and I got our hands on each other one-on-one, I had him down for, a 5 count? And then we had some incompetent referee who decided to hang his ass out on the outside and try to break up a fight that didn't even have any significance to the match. So I'm just saying, all the odds, all the people that want to bet and win some money and, you know, impress the females or guys, you know, they need to bet on absolute Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yeah, I don't know if people know, but you were a former tag champion before you came to AEW as well.
Yeah, I'm maybe, a little tag team specialist, you know. I've
Come
held
on,
some
man.
tag teams, you know.
Oh, we lost him.
3 separate occasions, so
Okay.
Hey, we
You know.
got you back.
that was my son calling me, so, you know, he can wait. we handling business right now, so, you know, Julian, you gotta wait, baby. But, you know, I've had my fair of tag team matches, you know, and I've had my tag team matches with Ricky. So, like I said, no disrespect to the other 2 teams, but, you know, I'm betting it all on myself and Ricky.
Amazing. I can't wait to see this moment. It's been a culmination of you, culmination of Starks. Talk to us a little bit about that. Pretty much ever since you joined AEW, you've been attached to Team Taz and Ricky Starks. How has the journey been growing as a wrestler with Ricky Starks along pretty much by your side the whole journey?
So before AEW, Ricky and I, we've crossed paths a few times, and we hit it off right away. And then maybe about a month and a half before I got signed, Ricky had just got signed, and we hit it right off. When I was doing enhancement work, he was the one to tell me, "Don't worry about it, just go do your thing." And then look what happened. And then they, I decided to join Team Taz when that opportunity presented itself, and look at us. When you think of Team Taz, you think of myself, Ricky Starks, and Taz, and then you got Hook in the mix. But I mean, just look at us, man. I mean, we like I said, it's like a pot of gumbo. You got your different seasonings. I got my own flair. Ricky's definitely got his own flair, and Taz is that core. Stew, or what the liquid, it's he's the core to it. So, and I don't think the two other teams, Swerve and Keith and Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy, have what Ricky and I have. The way you see us on TV is the way we are together outside the ring. That's how we are when we conversate on the phone. So I think our bond is gonna help us rise to the top on Sunday.
So, switching gears just a little bit, speaking of your time in AEW, one of the biggest changes we've seen with Powerhouse Hobbs in your time in AEW has been your physique, my dude.
Well, that boy cut, huh? That boy cut up, huh? Somebody hit me with a knife. I got cuts.
This man has
those traps, bro. Jeez Louise, it's crazy.
That's just genetics, baby. That comes from a long lineage of Hobbs, so.
Now, talk to us a little bit about that. I mean, obviously this is something you're very proud of. You've posted the pictures, you've posted your before and afters, and it's something to be proud of. Talk to us a little bit about your transformation over the last couple of years.
I mean, you look at it in this business, you got people are just happy saying, "Hey, I got a contract." I'm not happy with that. I'm greedy. I want it all, like Warren G and Mac Tim said. I want it all. So I mean,
brand new socks and drawers.
You already know. I'm not happy with what I accomplished, because I know I can do so much more. I want the ball. I want to run with it. I want to be the face of the company. I want the company on my back, and I just think that's just how I was raised. From the hood. I say sometimes the streets raised me. Just for some of the things I've been through, and I had to make a change.
Right.
When it comes down to it, I don't want people to say, "Oh, Hobbs hasn't progressed. He stayed the same." Like, look at me. I'm bigger, faster, badder than I was when I got signed in September of 2020. And it's that evolution process is going to keep growing and growing and growing. So what you see now, May 2026, 2022, is going to be totally different a year from now. So it's just going to keep growing, man. Like I said, man, I don't want anyone saying that I've stayed the same.
Right. You've changed everything. Big facts, man. Congrats. I remember talking to you about, you would, ask about how you looked or whatever during performances, and you were just constantly wanting to improve, and you've done it, and you're still every day trying to improve, trying to be the best Powerhouse Hobbs that you could be. And that's just amazing to see out here. So
thank you.
Commend you, my brother.
Brother, man, I'm trying. ain't nobody gonna do it for me but me. So
facts. There's you're actually a very great example of something that people talk about pretty often on, around social media and things. When you debuted in AEW, you debuted on AEW Dark, and you lost in very quick fashion. Like, we talk about it. Like, that's like a point that people talk about.
12.36 seconds.
Exactly. Exactly.
But who's counting?
Exactly what time.
I know a little bit of stats.
And so people talk about, wins and losses and things. A lot of people could have been discouraged being defeated in 12 12.3 seconds by Orange Cassidy. You're bigger than him. You're stronger than him. You're all these things. You're not supposed to be beaten 12 seconds. How did you take that to motivation and to get to where you are instead of being angry about it?
So I'm no dummy here, you know. So you look at that time when I went up against Orange Cassidy for the first time. Orange Cassidy was in a feud with the number one heel in wrestling, which was Chris Jericho, right? So I knew with my size against Orange, I was going to be featured in a video package.
Right.
My job was to go out there and make his Superman punch look so believable. And when they had that promo package, you know, with Orange and Jericho, I believe it was the Mimosa match.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know how I counted myself maybe 4 or 5 times being Superman punched.
Yep.
And why would I not want to go out and make someone else look good? I mean, then in hindsight, that's what we're supposed to do.
Right.
You know,
Right.
And then, you know, I had people thanking me, you know, saying sorry it was so short. Nah, don't tell me sorry. I already know what was going to happen. How did Orange Cassidy knock out this 267-pound dude with one punch? And he's half his size. Come on now. This is number one baby at the time going up against the number one heel. Come on now. Like, why would I be mad at that?
Right.
I mean, I flew all the way across the country to lose in 12 seconds. Okay, whatever. But look what the outcome is. Look how many opportunities I've had. Look how many times I've knocked things out the park. I've wrestled Christian Cage. I've wrestled Brian Cage twice. I've wrestled Hangman Adam Page. Wrestled CM Punk in his debut match back on TV after 7-8 years. You know, I've main evented Rampage with Keith Lee. You know, I was in a feature tag match in New Orleans, you know, that had people
I was front row for that.
Jumping out their seats, you know. And Will, you know, when I hit that spine buster and that 1, 2, 3 on Keith, I'm a little disappointed in you because I saw you put your hands on top of your head.
Hey,
No, you know, no. You know what that? No, I'm gonna tell you. Honestly.
You act like it, like you were so shocked, like it
He
couldn't be
was.
done.
No, you know what that was? Honestly, I was just impressed. The fact that you hit that spine buster on Keith Lee like that was the cleanest.
But I did it
spine
on two
buster.
I did it on 2 other occasions, my brother. Come on now.
You had hit it on Rampage. I remember that other one you had hit, but I felt like that was the cleanest I had seen it. That pivot, that Arn Anderson pivot where you hit, I think it's on the right leg. Yeah, that pivot was so clean. Like, honestly, I was just in shock, impressed. That was some of the dopest shit. Honestly, so for those who weren't in that building, so being there ringside, that place shook. I swear, you could feel the place shake from that spine buster. That was just something else.
I mean, that's why Arn Anderson himself said I have the best spine busters. That's why I got the thumbs up. That's why I will put my spine buster against any other professional wrestler.
Everybody got their little
business.
spine buster, but they not hitting like Powerhouse Hobbs. You can do your little spine buster in every match you want to, but they not about to hit like Hobbs, bro.
Yeah, it's facts.
I saw all the sites pick up that quote that you said you had the best spine buster, but they missed why you said it, because it wasn't just that you said it. Arn said it, so you know. I said it from the GOAT himself.
Yeah, exactly. If the number one spine buster say it, then like, what's up?
If the GOAT tell me I got the number one spine buster, then somebody tell me different. But you can't tell me different. I'd take it to my grave that I have the best spine buster.
What's up?
Somebody show me or prove me differently. But you can't, so I'm not worried about it.
Facts. Yeah, let's get into a couple of those pivotal moments that I guess that your biggest match to date. You talked about it a little bit here. CM Punk returns to television.
Yeah.
And trust you to be in there with him.
Yeah.
Before CM Punk came in to AEW, people were asking him. I think they were like, "Who are 5 something?" And one of those guys was you. He was like, before he came in, he was like, I would love to work with Hobbs. And so how was it to get that opportunity with CM Punk, who's only been back for this amount of time? It's a huge moment. Everything is on the line. How was it?
And it's Arthur Ashe Stadium, the biggest, still to this day, the biggest crowd AEW's done. That's another one I was there for, by the way.
Giant stadium stuff.
It was awesome. I mean, the fact that he trusted me to acknowledge my ideas, ask for my input, not just say, hey, we're going to do this, this, and this. No, Punk asked for, like, what do you want to do? What ideas do you have? And then that meant the world to me. That meant that he actually trusted and valued my opinions, and, you know, that there was some type of respect there. Now, I went on record and said what the significance to me of this match meant. It meant that I was looked at as being valued in this company. And it was about a month after my mother's passing, and Punk knew that. You know, he knew how much my mom was a wrestling fan, how much she was my number one fan, and how I wish she was there. And he pulled me aside and said, hey, man, your mom's here. Let's not go worry about anybody else. She's here watching. Let's do it for her. And I didn't worry about the 20-something thousand people there. I worried about one person that was there spiritually, and that was my mom. And the thing he told me right after the match, if you look at the end of the match, he patted me on the chest and basically said, this was for your mom. And ever since then, you know, I believe him and I have a friendship. He's one of the guys that will sit down with me and watch and break down my matches with me. But when that bell rung and his music hit, and he stood up on that top rope and was like, let's go, motherfucker. And I looked at him, I was like, all right, bitch, let's go. So it's that competition, that fight was there. So, you know, I knew from that point it was on, and we had a banger. So that's one match that I'm definitely proud of. And, you know, that was one match that I personally felt that I was looked at and, you know, like, okay, Powerhouse Hobbs is valued in this company. You know, so.
Yeah, but it's crazy to look back in general. By the way, I didn't think I was gonna cry in this interview,
like,
but here I am.
Hey, my bad. You know,
come on.
You know,
yeah,
it's supposed to be hard here. I'm supposed to have big shoulders out here. I can't be shedding tears.
It's the circle of life, right? Reg made CM Punk cry, and then Hobbs, while talking about the match with CM Punk, makes us cry. Like it all goes.
You know, it's just that I felt that I don't have to say that, but it's just he's such a good dude. Like that man just meant the world to me by you just acknowledging that, and, you know, like, you knew how much pressure like I had on my shoulder, and you can look out, like, that was probably the quickest entrance I've ever had in my life, because Taz and Hook joke about it. My music hit, and I pretty much got to the bottom of the ramp in two big skips. And Hook was left behind. If you look, you can see the look on his face, like, oh shit, I gotta hurry up. And then, you know, it's just, I don't know, man. I can't say enough about him, about that match. If I could do it again, I would love to be in that moment again. You know, just doing it all over. I wouldn't change anything. You know, it was another match that made people open their eyes to me. Right. And that's what I feel I continue to do every match.
So, it's trying to remember correctly. So your first Dynamite match was the Darby match, correct?
Yeah, Saturday night Dynamite.
Saturday night Dynamite. Okay.
I was not signed yet. Right.
So, if I remember correctly, also Tony Khan has told the story about that. That's the first match he ever produced. If I remember correctly, and it is interesting to just think about that match as almost a pivotal moment for you in general, because you know, at the time Darby was feuding with Team Taz, and so of course that match being the match for
Seed was being planted a little bit.
Seed was being planted, and everything almost started to take off from that moment there. But almost from your very first match on Dynamite, everything you're doing to this day goes right back to that match there.
Yes.
That was produced by Tony Khan, his first match he ever produced.
Yeah.
So I always think of that as really interesting as far as your career run is concerned.
Yeah, I remember we were in Jacksonville, and I remember him just coming up to me and saying, "Hey, Willie, I got you in Darby's match, and what ideas you have? Let's try this and that," and it was good. Like Darby, he got some heat behind his swing, So, and I've watched him, and I knew what it was going to be about, and once again, put me on national TV, not signed, on a special Saturday Night Dynamite. Well, there must be something to this kid right here, this dude. So, like I said, it's another one of those things where, well, I got to go out and improve myself, which I have no problem doing it because I've been doing that my whole life. So it's just like breathing.
Time after time with it. It's classic Hobbs. He does it again. Every time he's put up against the wall, he comes back with a big giant spine buster to change the world.
You see what my t-shirt say, bro? I break back.
Okay, yeah. Look, we talked a lot about tag team wrestling, but we need to get to the nitty-gritty of this thing. There's a big belt in AEW, the AEW World Championship.
Yep.
That's been in your sights since you got to AEW.
Yeah,
and it's always going to continue to be into your sight. What are you gonna do to aid that, to get to that position, to get close to that AEW World Championship?
First and foremost, first goal is to win those tag team belts on Sunday. That's the objective for this week. In order, I've said it before, like I want to be the first African American AEW World Champion. Mm-hmm. I think everything that I've done to this point proves that I can, hold that championship. And I'm sure there's going to be more things ahead of me that I continue to have to prove. And so, like I said, not to repeat myself, but every time I've had an opportunity or everything I've been a part of it, I've knocked it out of the park every match, whether it's on Dynamite, whether it's on Rampage, whether it's on Dark or Dark Elevations. Like when people look at me, when they watch my matches at home, when I hit somebody with something, they jump back. Like my goal is for everyone in that arena to feel the pain I'm putting on somebody, and especially for the people at home. Mm-hmm. I think that separates me from anyone on this roster.
Right.
And I have great mentors here to learn that from. Mm-hmm. So you see the things I've learned from Mark Henry, you see it in my matches.
Yep.
See the things I picked up from Arn Anderson. You see the things that I picked up from Billy Gunn, FTR, CM Punk, like Dustin Rhodes, like Nate Malenko. Like the things that they're teaching me, I'm putting in my matches. It's not just going in one ear and out the other, because I want this company on my back. Like I have no problem saying it. That's the goal of mine. And some people may take offense to it. Some people may like it. I personally don't give a shit because I know what I'm worth. Right. And I know what I will be worth.
Right. A thing kind of talked about often with AEW.
Everything.
It's Phil there?
It's like froze on me. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
No, there you go.
You have something, Phil?
No, I was saying January 1st, like everything went crazy, and the swole stuff that came out, and just everything that came about. And of course, we were in the thick of it because we weren't even supposed to record that day, and we ended up recording, and we had Captain Sean Dean on. About is how Captain was in the front of it, and he was letting people know, like, look, the job's not done. We're still planning to do things with representation, but you put your statement out, and people kind of took it a certain way, like. How did you feel about that in that moment?
So here's I went online and say what I had to say. I only spoke from my personal experiences. Mm-hmm. I don't care what anyone else has to say about me. Mm-hmm. I don't care what the Twitter world said about me. I've been talked about and I'll continue to be talked about, and I'll continue to have people that like me and people that won't like me. I spoke from my personal experience, so can't nobody else tell me any different.
Right.
Yeah. And I think people took it a certain way because, of course, people thought, he can't just put his experience out here to diminish somebody else's. And I didn't read it that way, but I know that that's how some people saw it.
Well, that's how they saw it. That's how they saw it. I speak on Will Hobbs. I speak on Will Hobson only. So,
right.
So, switching gears a little bit, one of the things that gets me about Powerhouse Hobbs is it almost never fails, but every encounter I have ever had with Hobbs, including literally minutes before this show, this man will drop some kind of 90s reference that like speaks near and dear to my heart, right? Like literally, this man brought up Pumps and a Bump. Right before we started.
That's the jam. I'm telling you, if you listen to that, that's on my playlist in the gym.
You're Bay Area, that's why too. They don't know how Hammer. They be talking about Hammer online, but in the Bay Area, Hammer is a legend, a legendary
Oakland,
figure. Oakland, California. People don't know that.
I mean,
Oakland ain't no joke, man.
I think that Hammer. Hammer's one of those guys to me that just happened in a very different time. We talked about on Grapsody a couple weeks ago how back in those days, if you didn't release a new single within 2 years, you were gone, right? They pulled you from the record stores. You were off the radio, all of that. It's not like today where you could go 6 years Kendrick Lamar without releasing something and people will still hold on to it, right? And so Pumps and a Bump, for people who don't understand the significance of that track, obviously that man came out on Death Row Records 6 years after You Can't Touch This with a completely different look, completely different everything, but still trying to be Hammer, right? Because Hammer was,
Hammer wasn't a gangster rapper, you know what I'm saying? So it was it was like what was that show that was on Fox 24, and they had the dude playing Dr. Dre from
24 Legacy. I remember that.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching that. I was like, how Dr. Dre gonna play a secret agent? It was like one of those things. But hey, Hammer was on death row. He was whatever you got to do, man. So I'm not mad. People I got Must Be the Money on my playlist.
Right.
Deion Sanders. I did a promo saying, I'm looking to turn my snakeskin boots into gators, my library cards into credit cards. Man, come on now.
Come on, man.
I'm telling you, because you caught a reference. I forgot what it was the other day, but somebody brought it up, and you were like, "Yeah, Street Fighter the movie," and I'm like, "This is." I know that.
Yeah. It was it Raul Julia?
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It was on it was on the RJ City, the AEW.
Yeah. RJ City. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because again, I know if anybody's gonna get '90s references like that, it's gonna be Powerhouse Hobbs. Because I feel like you would be one of the dudes who, like me, probably had Straight to My Feet playing as a single.
Yep.
Speaking of Deion Sanders,
I had my scarf on, playing Pop Warner football, getting flags thrown at me. Oh, you can't wear that. I'm like, why? I'm number 21. Like, what you talking about?
That's so dope.
Like, I was just singing this morning. Yikes! Stripes, fruit stripe gum. Like I was
yo, what a pull!
I was singing that.
What a pull,
bro!
I mean, that gum was good for about a good 45 seconds. And
that 45 was
the dopest 45 seconds you could get. That was flavor.
Yeah,
I'm always saying some dumb stuff, like quoting movies and
They don't know that because you're AEW. When you're on screen, you're just mean, angry, ready to slam somebody, fresh looking, all the things. But
I'm ready to fight. I'm collecting my check. I'm at work.
Mm-hmm. I'm at work.
Is the '90s what inspired the overalls and the fur coat look as well?
So Tony Khan inspired the fur coat. That's how gangster Tony is. Tony's like, dude, okay. I want you to wear this fur coat. We gonna be by a lake, and I didn't know how cold it was. But I'm standing out there. I'm like, Tony Khan got me in a fur coat and my overalls, and I ain't got a shirt on, and I can't feel my nipples. I can't. And I'm just like, I'm talking, and I see my breath in the air. Mm-hmm. My eyes are watering, but they're not watering because they're frozen. Right. And I'm just like, man. But when it came off on TV, it was popping. I thank Tony. And to get back to the overalls, man, that was straight Bell Biv DeVoe.
Yeah, I figured it had you got the Timbs jumping off with it.
Anybody that is in town in Vegas, we got the karaoke Friday night. I may even wear some overalls and sing Poison.
You gonna bust out Poison?
I heard a little bit about this AEW thing. Where is this?
Have you not seen the flyer, my brother? Who is on the flyer?
I haven't seen this flyer. I need to be linked. I don't know what the story. I don't know what this is.
Reg, you came in before we got on air. You didn't tell me you was here. You're supposed to be my boy from the Bay. You've been here 24 hours, and you just jump on this interview like, oh, hey, I'm here. Okay, cool. You was getting all your points back. I'm like, okay, I can forgive my boy because I believe in second chances. And now I'm just taking everything away because you act like you didn't know I was on the flyer.
I didn't know. I didn't know. I don't know anything about this. I'm trying to go to this. Can I please be linked? Can somebody?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. I'll make sure you're there. That's the type of friend I am. Wow. That's what friends are for. Wow. Keep smiling. Keep shining. I'll be on your side forever and evermore. That's what friends are for.
The question is,
I'm just saying,
where does that put Hobbs in the Black Wrestling's 500 this year?
Like I said, I believe in second chances. I'm just saying, I'm just saying,
You gotta make this up though, Reg. You gotta do backup dance when he does Poison, man.
I might, man.
I can't believe I'm not
get
there.
To work right now.
I may even take out the curls, do a kid and play. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, we're gonna. I really gotta practice if that's.
I may even pull somebody up on stage and hit some Jodeci, depending on how I'm feeling. Wow. Vegas ain't ready for me.
Yeah.
Hey, what's currently on the Powerhouse playlist?
Depends what kind of mood I'm in. Sometimes I'll start off with a little Red Hot Chili Peppers. Mm-hmm. I may even start off with some Michael McDonald.
Okay.
Mixed with a little Warren G. I got a lot of '90s rap on there. Some Luther Vandross is on there. Sometimes I need that to get me through a rep. You know what I'm saying? I may need that. Sometimes I just. It all depends, my whole genre of music is open, So
I was just talking with somebody the other day, and we were discussing what the best subgenre of R&B music is. And I think, to me, and you guys might disagree, I think it's Steal Your Girl music. I think that, like, straight up, I think All the Things Your Man Won't Do, Joe, and that was one of the dopest tracks.
Dirty Mac and Will. What you doing?
Oh no, man! I like I like the whole groups. I like a little Shy. Like that. Yeah. That Baby I'm Sorry music. Come back to me. Man. There's been so many times that we lived in a cul-de-sac, and when it would rain, like my best friend is my uncle Boogie. We're about a year apart. My mom's baby brother, so we grew up together. Sometimes when it would rain, man, I'd go in the middle of the cul-de-sac and hit the usher in the rain.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So it's. I think that R&B was good. Especially like I said, especially with the groups. Because you ain't got no groups right now, so.
We talked about your overall. Shout out the homie that makes the overall.
Nook. That's my man from Sacramento, California.
Referee extraordinaire.
Some overalls or fur coats or anything airbrush shoes. That is the homie.
Yep. Shout out to him.
That's the man. We collaborated on that together, and he made it possible. And when I showed up in Houston last year in them joints, man, Twitter was loving it. Social media was loving it.
The big homie. This is a great monumental weekend. Sunday night, you got a big match. We're gonna be in attendance. We're all here gonna be in attendance.
All of us are gonna be in attendance.
Phil, you here?
I'm not. I'm getting there Friday.
He's pulling up tomorrow. So yeah,
good
we're
man,
all
because if you was here and you didn't tell me nothing either, bro.
Hey, man.
I got him in to get y'all caught up in this, man. I'm just trying to live.
Phil, you got a clean slate, baby. You know.
Look, keep it up.
And Will, you was here and you didn't say nothing to me.
I was in and out. I got in.
Yeah, get on him.
I got in at 3 p.m. What the show started at 5. I got in at 3. Did the show. I went to dinner, so I suppose that's where you can ding me a little bit, and then went straight home. I am back at home, and then I will be back in Vegas on Saturday.
Okay, so you cool with me because you had to do the daddy thing.
Yes,
and then.
Is everything okay?
Oh yeah. Housekeeping.
Oh, okay.
And then
confused, man.
Yeah, I thought somebody's about to get spine buster trying to come in.
Right. Yeah.
Ooh,
I guess just
sneaking up on me in Vegas, man.
I guess just give us some last parting words going into the pay-per-view. What you and Ricky Starks are gonna do to take these AEW World Tag Team Championships home.
540 days we've been undefeated as a tag team together.
Mm-hmm.
For my man, Big Will.
Yep.
The man with all the stats.
The stats.
So, I mean, you look at the last time Swerve and Keith lost a match. To who?
Yeah.
You know, when Jungle Express, when's the last time they lost a match? It ain't been 540 days.
That's a fact.
So, I mean, I don't think there's any more cohesive unit than Ricky Starks and I. I've said it before and I say it again. What you see on TV is what we are. That's how our relationship is. So we gel so well together, So, this Sunday I'm going out saying it because I believe in myself. I believe in Ricky. We're going to go out and be the new AEW World Tag Team Champions.
And we're gonna celebrate.
What you got to say?
I was gonna say I believe it. Look. Here's the thing. I'm related to Swerve, and I fully believe.
I know you are,
and I fully believe that it is Team Taz's night. I fully believe it.
Sometimes, family, you got to separate yourself from actual factuals, my brother.
Whoa.
I love some of my cousins near to death. I'll do almost anything for them. But if I got the facts right in front of me, like, hey, can I trust this person alone in my house? Hell no. Do I got to check my wallet when they give me a hug? Do I got to make sure I got my watch on? That's just,
come on, man.
I'm just saying, bro.
No more parties in LA, man.
Yeah,
540 days. That's a lot of days, man. We're approaching 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Hey, I am a believer. I think this is Team Taz's night, and if it's not, I think it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Double or Nothing is this Sunday.
Yep.
It is what day is that? The 29th, May 29th.
Yes.
It is live. Bleacher Report, Fight TV internationally.
Do you know why I'm going to win the tag team championships? You know why? You know what May 29th means to me?
What's that?
That is my daughter Naya's 2nd birthday. So, Daddy is not coming home empty-handed. Daddy is bringing his baby girl Mookie some gold. So,
she need a belt.
I got all the motivation in the world.
Let's go. Can't nobody beat that.
No.
Damn, I'm gonna cry again.
Brother.
He knows how to do it, Will. He knows how to do it.
Hey, nah, man.
Hey, man, like Ralph Tresvant said, man, sensitivity, bro. It's all good. By the way, New Edition is my favorite group, so you can't tell me nothing about it.
Right.
Man. we could probably do a whole other podcast.
We probably could.
But otherwise, folks, again, check it out. If you're in Las Vegas, there's still tickets available. T-Mobile Arena, AEWTix.com. Otherwise, Powerhouse Hobbs, thank you for making your Grapsody debut. We've been wanting to do this a long time.
I appreciate y'all, brothers, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for being a part of it. Ladies and gentlemen, we will see you next time. Have a great day.
Yes, sir.